despite what anyone tells you, it is impossible to get rich without income. It cannot happen. You don't know of a person in your lifetime that became wealthy, not even from an inheritance, that became wealthy and stayed wealthy without continuing to have income. Now, yes, there are some things about income that make it less attractive than other ways to create wealth, okay? What I mean by that is this. Income is basically the money you earn from a job, or the money that comes from a stock, possibly called dividend income. And the reason a lot of people say income is the least desired is because it's the most heavily taxed. But you're not going to get away. Robert will not. He's got a job here at this company. Robert must earn income. And he must create more income and be taxed heavily in the process until one day he doesn't have income anymore and all he has is investments that throw off a bunch of passive income. Look, the game's rigged, okay? The whole game's rigged. The whole game's rigged. But if you understand the entire wealth creation formula, you can get the cards to work out for you by knowing how this game, this rigged game is played. But the entry, the first place is income. Now, what can you do today, right now, that would increase income, that would create an income? Okay, let's say you don't have a job. We all started without jobs. What can I do without a job to create income today? Number one. And number two, what is the target for my income? So let's say my daughter, 6-year-old Sabrina, wants to create wealth. Why would I send her to college? She's 6. And why would I wait? You understand? I want to create wealth now. See, what happens in our system today is people say, hey, I want to get a job. Let me go to college. Okay, that's ridiculous. You don't need to go to college to get a job and to get income. You don't actually even need to learn a skill in order to get income. To grow income, to grow many streams of income, to start from poverty and get somewhere, then you need at least a plan. You need a strategy, okay? And the more of a strategy, the more of a formula you have, the more you understand each of these steps: create, increase, save, invest. Nowhere in there does it say go to college, okay? You will have to learn something. You will have to learn how to create revenue and get better at creating revenue. And once you learn to create revenue, you're going to want to learn, how do I get more effective at it so I see fewer people, so I create more revenue in shorter periods of time. Now, depending on where you are right now, you could be in poverty. You could be at $19,000 a year, family of 1 or 2, single mother, only making 19 grand. Maybe all the money or most of the money comes from the government. Maybe you're in the middle class like so many of us are brought up, $50,000 a year. You have just enough money left over to go to the movie once a month and maybe buy some new tennis shoes if they're on sales at Bloomingdale's, okay? Or maybe right now you're at $115,000 a year and you want to, like, I want to get in a whole new range. You've been making somewhere between 50 and 100 grand for years and you're doing better than most people. You have more money than most of the people in your neighborhood. You got a better car. You never worry about your car payments. You never worry about your house payment. You don't worry about your kids too much. They have the things they need, but you never have enough to make a play. You know you're never going to get rich. Maybe you're one of those people making 400 grand a year. You got one income right now and you're making 400K. I work with a lot of companies, a lot of people that are making 400 grand, 600 grand, 800 grand, $1 million, one flow of income. My question to them is this: hey, when are you going to make a decision to get wealthy? I was doing a conference for a big, large insurance group, okay? The average earner in the room made $970 last year before taxes, $970,000 worth of income. This is where they are, okay? Unless they have created the rest of these steps, they are in step one, which, by the way, is the entry to wealth creation. It is the front door. It is the door you must walk through, and always will be, to continue to expand these circles. Now, at 25 years old, I had less money than when I was 8. How can that even make sense? It's impossible, okay? If my daughter's 6 years old today and I'm like, I want to create wealth for you, I would not send her to school. I would give her this. I would focus on wealth. How do you create it, okay? So here's 2 points you want to take away here. Number one, you need a target for your income. If you're at 19 grand, where do you want to go, okay? Where do you want to go next? What do I want to go? I want to go from 19 to what? If you're at 52, what's your target? You must have a target. okay? This number right here, people are operating without targets of incomes. Most people have no clue what they make. The only time they know what they make is when they negotiated their salary. No, you got to pay me more, okay? Two things, you got to have a target, and you have to know that anyone can create new income. Anyone, my 6-year-old, okay? You could be in a wheelchair and create income. This income, this thing right here, by the way, a couple of notes, a couple of takeaways. This is your first step. This is your entry. This is your front door. You must fortify this thing and make it strong. You have to add value to what you do to make it bigger. And you want to make sure, even if you hate your job, you hate your current position in life, never complain. Never, ever complain about this income right here. Never, okay? No matter how small it is, how dirty you have to get your hands. Look, I've done jobs that I hated. I still do jobs today that I hate. I never, ever complain about that first income. The same person that complains about the income they make will then spend time, energy, and even money to work at something else, okay? So never complain about the income you make. Never complain about that job you have. Your job at that point, creating income, at this first point is, hey man, I want to expand this income. Your first job, okay, is to make sure you have a job that will be there for you tomorrow. Once you make sure you have that job, fortify that position, okay? Be the go-to person. Be the go-to person. Eliminate any idea of competition around the world. Make sure no piece of technology can ever replace you. Make sure you're that person in that organization that these people want to continue to send you this income. All wealth creation starts with this door right here, okay? Well, first it starts with a decision, okay? And you've made that decision. Second thing it's going to start with is fortifying that one spot. Make sure your position cannot be shipped overseas, replaced by another, or anything else, okay? Understand this, with wealth creation, most people don't know how to make money. Most people do not know how to make money. In fact, most people don't even understand they don't have to make money. I need to have a position where people give me money, okay? Remember, you don't have to make money. I need a position where people want to give me money for that position. This is your first step. How do I create income? And we're going to build on this in future segments.